Allow the experience of being aware to come into the foreground of experience and let thoughts, images, feelings, sensations and perceptions recede into the background. That's pure Eckhart.
Pure everything. That's perfect. Yeah. And you only do that. I'm not sure you can ever read your way into that.
No, but simply notice the experience of being aware.
Just meditate.
Yeah, simply notice that. That's what meditation is. Noticing the experience of being aware.
Yep.
The peace and happiness for which all people long for resides there. Being aware of being aware. That's pretty good stuff, that.
That's good. Nothing to say on that.
That's good. You've ticked that. You've given Rupert a tick for that.
I've ticked Rupert.
Enlightenment or awakening is awareness. It's not special. It's not a special particular experience that can only be achieved through practice. It is the very nature of the mind. So this is the thing that...
Not a long enough pause.
Oh, sorry.
So I still thought, is he carrying on or is he getting the explanation?
This is still Rupert. He's a very clever chap.
I wonder if it would help you to have two different voices. How do you think Rupert speaks?
I know
sounds
he speaks.
Posh.
He speaks like...
Is he posh Englishman?
Yeah, and he's got that slightly slow, like... He's not going to listen to this, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But he does a podcast every couple of weeks, and he's very much... I think one of the barriers to Rupert's spirit is for the common lad like you, or dare I say me.
Yeah.
I say common in more background than situation.
Do you want to carry on digging this hole, or are you going to crack on?
Yeah, fair point. So I think there's that kind of haughty...
Is he posh?
Middle class thing is one of those barriers. And he speaks...
Yeah.
You accused me about 7 or 8 podcasts ago of starting to speak a bit like that.
To be fair, when I heard the name Rupert, I wasn't expecting a Geordie accent.
No, exactly.
Right. Well, maybe I don't want you to mock Rupert by doing an impression of him. So maybe you could just pause longer or do an impression of Rupert the Bear. Actually, Rupert the Bear was quite posh from memory.
I can't do impressions. I know this is just teeing.
Yeah, but no one knows what Rupert the Bear sounds like. You'll get away with anything.
Okay.
All right, just leave a pause. Bigger pause.
I'll do both.
Talking to Rupert the Bear, that was my nickname for him. Bigger pause. Enlightenment or awakening? Oh, no, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
I just want a longer gap.
Okay.
When it's your explanation. Or just the phrase, so what he means is, every time, so what he means is, Neil is now talking, is himself.
Right. Enlightenment, i.e. awareness, is not a special particular experience that can only be achieved through practice. It is the very nature of the mind. So what he means is, I think, is that...
Don't ever say I think, because it really undermines your argument.
So what he definitely means is...
So what he definitely 100% means, brackets, I think. Break, ... Actually, I'm not sure. ...
I don't know.
In fact, I'm really pissing in the wind here. Close bracket.
This is the thing that underpins the direct path. Doesn't have to be, or it's not a lifelong journey to discover a thing. It is the very nature of us, and it is just recognising the very nature of us, and that is the key to a spiritual enlightenment or awakening.
It's amazing how
Boom.
Whenever you read all the books, it all comes down to very simple. Eckhart Tolle's book says pretty much the first chapter is all you need. Right.
Well, no, he doesn't say that. We say that.
Well, all right, we say, but I've read that somewhere else. The bulk of it.
I don't think you have.
All right, then. All right, I thought it, and you thought the same thing. Someone else agreed with me.
That has become truth now. Everyone knows that book is bollocks after the first chapter.
The very first bit of Eckhart Tolle's book summarises it all, and everything I've read since is either a stretched out version of that, because it all comes down to some very simple stuff, which is there's this thing like the Matrix, the film, that the real self, the real truth of who we are, most of us never get to experience that because we don't know that we're living in this false world of the egoic mind.
I love you when it's a really simple thing. It's like the Matrix, and you spun off.
Okay, it's a really simple thing that could be summarised probably in 2 or 3 sentences, stretched out into many books. I don't know all the sentences either.
It's a very simple thing that I don't understand.
You could summarise the whole of Buddhism in 3 sentences, and I think I might push no one of them. I used to know the other 2, but now I've forgotten them.
Oh, I think we've nailed that.
Do you know what? I'm really wishing I'd taken the other pill. Life is easier to just not know about all this. It's like just all or nothing. That's another song by somebody. All or nothing.
That was the Small Faces.
Right, all or nothing. What you need to do is just forget all this world completely, or properly accept the fact that meditating, most people get involved, like me, could go, well, apparently it makes you feel a little bit calmer. It's a lifestyle choice. And you go down that route, before you know it, you've gone down the rabbit hole of doing a podcast. And I'd say, be careful. Be careful.
Most people have gone. I've read 2 pages of Eckhart Tolle and started a podcast.
Do you know what? We did.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not most people.
Yeah, the one thing me and you have got in common is that we don't have to read much before we think we know everything about the subject.
Right, I'm going to get to the end of the first chapter, then we're going to come back. There's only a page more of my book.
Okay.
Right?
It would have been quicker
it's really quick
to read out the whole of the first chapter.
It would have been quicker, because it's a really small book.
These bullet points, it's supposed to speed things up. It's not worked.
Who or what, I won't do the voice. Who or what has the experience of being aware? I do. I is awareness itself. What I think he means there. Well, I know what you think he means there.
I know what I think he means.
Shut up.
I know. I told you to stop saying I think, because it undermines your argument. So you've gone, I'm going to say I know. I know. I think what you mean.
Oh, totally
my God. You are just unbelievable. Right.